Hello, you lovely people, and welcome back, and thanks for sticking with us all day. Have you had a fab day? We have had an amazing day. It has been the best Fun Day Friday ever. We've had a lovely time, and thank you for joining us. Now, we have our lovely Grace on socials tonight. So she was in this morning doing all those videos that you've seen on our social media, and she now is doing your comments tonight. So please keep firing over those comments. Make sure that Grace is working hard. It's Friday night. She could be out, but she's not. She's at home, here for us. There we go. We like that dedication. Thank you, Grace. Now, it's been great to have you here, and we have online, we've got Amy. She says, hello, friendly crafters. I hope everyone is having a beautiful Friday. It is brilliant. We've got Sue Cummings from saying good afternoon from Chestertown, Maryland. Now, Tim C said, hi all, how is everyone doing? He is going to Chesterfield branch tomorrow to see our Debbie Robinson is at our Chesterfield branch of our shops tomorrow. She's doing a demo day all day. So if you're in the area, in the locale, and you fancy having a chat and a catch up with Debbie, then go over there. That would be brilliant. Lynn Morton says, good evening, everyone. Ben McCarthy's in. He says, good evening. He's a bit late. You were still talking to him until a few minutes before. I heard this voice say, I've got to go, I've got to turn my mic on. So, yes. Good evening, Ben. Lovely to have you. He's just been out, Johnny, yeah. He's been walking the dog, hasn't he, Michelle, you see? Is he going out?
Oh, no.
Oh, no, says Michelle.
He likes to stay in.
He's staying in. Right, there we go. So we know what you're doing, Ben. Linda says, good afternoon. Beth says she might nip to the... Grace says she might nip to the pub later on. There you go. Oh, tell us which pub, and Johnny will be there with you. He'll meet you down there. There you go. Betsy, I won't tell everybody, Grace. Don't worry. I'll just tell Johnny. And I won't tell Johnny's wife either. Betsy says, hello again from Houston, Texas. Ready for round 3. There you go. Absolutely brilliant. Wow, it's been such a fun day. Now, it has been the perfect day to stock up on those crafty goodies today, because we have got so many special offers and deals for you. I'm going to run through them all. I apologise if you've heard them before. Maybe you've missed them. Now, we've got our 'Tis the Season event. Now, go onto the homepage and you're going to see all of these events. Click on the thumbnail or the picture and the 'Tis the Season. There are pages and pages of items with 70% off on there, so make sure you have a look around. Now, we launched this on about Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday, because I was in Wednesday and it launched, and things were selling out so fast, so we loaded up about 3 more pages worth of things yesterday, and they are still selling out. I mean, we were looking at things for under £1, that's under $1.50 in dollars. There were £2 things, there were £3, there was, yes, Johnny, there were things under £1, there really were. There was embellishment, there was paper pads, embossing folders, cut and emboss folders, dies, stamps, you name it, they were on there. So yeah, so make sure you have a look at that. And a very similar one, we've got our Christmas cracker bundles. That launched today. That only runs till Sunday, so make sure you don't leave that too long. And there are all sorts of lovely bundle offers on there, all with up to 70% off, so make sure you go and have a look. And then today, for today only, we've got a code, and the code is single25, single 25, and that's going to give you 25% off the most expensive item in your basket, your most expensive individual item in your basket. It's not going to work on bundles, and your normal terms and conditions apply, so you can't do your machines and June releases, obviously. But your most expensive individual item, it'll knock 25% off. I think that's amazing, because if ever you do like your normal offers, it's always off your cheapest item, isn't it? But not with this one. Now, the last one I've got, and this only went live at 11 a.m. this morning, is your bonus points bundles. We have got some lovely bundles on there which are already heavily reduced, and then we're giving you bonus points too. Now, you can buy as many of each individual bundle as you want, but you will only get the bonus points that once. As I keep telling you, the one that attracts my attention is the tape pens, 12 tape pens, already reduced to £35.55, and then we're giving you an extra 150 bonus points on top of that as well. Absolutely brilliant. That's going to take you nearly a whole step up your Club Inspire, so that is brilliant. So really, really brilliant. Right, we have so we've got Stephen Nicole here saying evening everyone from a wet Andover, starting to make Christmas cards. Brilliant. Kirsty D says good evening everyone. I'm busy choosing what I'm going to have to eat when I go out for a meal tomorrow, but I'm a bit lost in the cocktail menu. That is probably the most important menu, Kirsty, so yeah, that's fine. Roseanne says hello from Massachusetts to Michelle, Corrine, our social media superstar, the awesome CCTV team, and all my crafty friends. Well, we've got a massive CCTV team here today. There's lots of people in the background because there's some extra bits going on later tonight. And then we've got Brenda saying good afternoon everyone from Michigan. It's going to be a high 89 today. Very nice, very nice. Now, as I already mentioned, because I talked about her husband, I'm not here alone. I'm not crafting today. I've not got a pokey tool in sight. All the crafting is going to be done by the lovely Michelle. Good evening.
Good evening.
You had your sandwich, you're ready to go.
I did.
Christina left her a sandwich.
Yeah, an egg mayo, Christina's famous egg mayo. So I'm ready and raring to go. I did take the cellophane off, or the whatever it is that you call it wherever you come from, and the smell of egg went everywhere and everyone was looking at me. I was like, it's not me, the sandwich.
But you had to age to go. It's gone.
Yes.
It's gone.
I'm smell free now.
Yeah, you're good. You got plenty for us for the next 2 hours?
I have.
That's good. That's what we like to hear. That's what
I
we
know
like
what
to
I'm
hear.
doing now.
You know what you're doing. Yeah. You always know what you're doing. You do, really.
Yeah, I do. I always know what I'm doing. Sometimes, I like to pretend I don't. But I do really.
If Jen is listening, if your boss is listening, you always know exactly what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right, well, as you know, this is the final of our June Reloaded shows. So we're going to show you lots of things that have launched or been on really good deals all through the month of June. And the first one I'm going to show you is some cut and embossing folders. Now, I love these, but wow, what a deal. I've just seen it on the screen. Oh my goodness me, £103, $119. You're going to get these today for £40, $45. But look at that platinum price, £32, $36. This is an 8-piece set. So we're talking £4, $4.50 per cut and emboss folder. That is an amazing. It's a 60%. Did you say 60% saving? Is that what you said? I'm not sure whether I'd imagined it then. Yes, there we go. So what these are going to do is these are going to emboss, as you can see on there, and then cut out an aperture at the same time. Now you've got 8 to choose from, 4 in your 4x6 and 4 in, it's about 5.5 by 5.5, I think, if I remember rightly. There you go. Right, so what we've got first is your beautiful blossom. Really pretty one, look at that. Remember each one, and I love the shape of the apertures in here. Then we've got the peony blooms. Again, those apertures just hug the floral shapes. Timeless forget-me-nots. I've done that as a Christmas one. Really crosses over really easy.
Yeah, it does.
Classic winter rose. Again, another one, beautiful. Dancing daffodils. Now, this one looks amazing. Look at that, inked up. Doesn't that look glorious? So much detail. And then we've got vibrant rose. Look at that heart. I mean, absolutely gorgeous for Valentine's, engagement, anniversary, all of those sorts of things. Going to look beautiful. We've got the striking gerbera. I mean, you could go all sorts of colours with that, because gerberas come in the most amazing colours. And then fragrant magnolia. I mean, this is going to last a lot longer than your magnolia flowers do, don't they? They're here and gone really quick. Now, if you want all 4 of those folders, £40, $45, but look down there, even better, £32, $36. And I'm going to go straight over to Michelle, because she's going to show us a demonstration with these.
I am. I'm going to use the Timeless Forget-Me-Nots. It's one that I don't use as often as I should, because it is very pretty. You've got all those delicate little flowers round that aperture, so yeah, it is it's perfectly pretty. So I have cut a piece of my watercolour card down to fit perfectly in there. Oh, it's like a challenge. How many times can Michelle say perfect in one show? So it's a cut and emboss. So this is when I use my 2 outside plates, because I use the same plate combination for a cut and emboss as if it was a 2D embossing folder. So I'm going to pop that through. But again, I think, and I don't know, someone commented earlier, or I don't know if it was Corrine, it was Lily, wasn't it?
It was Lily.
She does
We got lots of gasps in our ears, didn't we?
Yes. Yeah, a bit of a different plate combination. But the thing is, it doesn't matter if it works for you and your machine, then that's all that really matters. So let me pop that out, pop that off, and you can see, so even though that is just a 2D cut and emboss, you can really see the depth that you get with that one. So let's pop that to the side. And again, I'm not going to use this, but don't forget that you can absolutely use this. You can have that on a little bit of foam, of course, and have that raised up a little bit. Or you can have that behind, have this raised up, paper piece it in a different colour, have your sentiment on there. Lots of different things that you can do with those.
I also find that's a really useful piece to keep
Yeah.
inside your actual embossing folder if you want to do letter pressing.
Yes.
Because the last thing you want is to get that foam mucky. So if you put that piece back in,
Put it back in, yeah, definitely.
then when you're doing inking up of the embossing folder, it protects it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think lots of people do that, and I know I've had a lot of people say that they do that. But yeah, that's a brilliant idea. Right, so what we're going to do, I've got my aquas, because obviously I've used my watercolour card. So I'm going to bring in some aqua pens, and I have got, so I've got aquamarine, peacock blue, I have got sunflower and bud green. I've got my water in my
Protective cup.
yes.
I just love it. It's only one step away from a sippy cup, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know, sometimes I could do with one of them as well.
Know your limitations, Michelle. And from what you were saying, your daughter follows right close behind you, doesn't she?
She does. She absolutely does. Oh, bless her. She does. Yeah, she's as special as I am.
There we go.
Right, so watercolour card. I've got my my pens, I've got my water. So I'm going to do it. There's 2 ways you can do it, but I'm going to do it the way I always do it. I just enjoy doing it more this way. I like the results it gives me this way. You absolutely don't have to do it this way. With it being your aqua pens, you can pop the ink down and then draw it out with your wet paintbrush.
Oh, I think I would do it your way.
Yeah, I just really enjoy doing it this way. So I'm just going
to... It's easier to blend and to move that colour, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. So I'm going to take my wet paintbrush. I always dab it off on a little bit of kitchen roll, and I'm just going to paint. And you can see it goes down easy, it goes down beautiful, and it goes down very quick. And I tend to do this very quick. Not for any other reason, but it just leaves those lovely white spaces, which is what I like. If you want to get rid of those white spaces and colour it in fully, then absolutely, you do that. So I'm just going to alternate on a couple of the blues.
Do you know, I was once told that if you haven't really done a lot of colouring, then watercolour is often the way to start, because it's not easy. I don't want to say easy, but it's gentler.
Forgiving.
I think you've got that's exactly the right word. It is more forgiving. Sometimes it's easier to do your blending and things like that. But yeah.
Definitely. This is where I started.
Is it?
So the aquas are what I bought before I did anything else. In fact, I saw Leanne launch them and I bought them because watching Leanne do anything like this is just mind-blowing. And I bought them and I had them at home for quite a while and I didn't use them because I'd bought them, got them home and got scared again.
Yeah, easily done.
Yeah, absolutely. But I got them out and I just had a play. And actually, you know, they are so easy to use and they are so fun to use. If you go to any gallery or anywhere and look at some water paintings, if you look up close, some of them look like a right old mess. But when you step further back, They look amazing. And it's very much the same with these because the premise is the same. You're just watercolouring. I'm picking that up. My glass mat is my palette. I'm picking it up from my glass mat.
And your embossing folder is almost like your guidelines, isn't it? Your embossed
absolutely,
image.
yeah, definitely. So it's just easy. I mean, again, you can see, I think one of the main reasons I do this so quickly is because you can see that even though I'm doing it so quickly, it still looks so effective when you've finished.
Yes.
Which is what I love about these. I love the white space. It lends itself perfectly to the watercolouring style, that you don't have to finish it in perfectly, colour it in perfectly.
I love the difference. You've got shades of blue in there as well, not all, you know, because that wouldn't be natural, would it?
No.
If all the blue was exactly the same.
No, that's it. That's it. So again, you can see this is what I always do. I think, again, if I'm watercolouring with these, this is why I tend to use it, I pick up off the palette rather than sort of colour on and draw it out, because I like this effect. This is my favourite technique to use these.
It would be a very small area to be drawing that colour out as well,
yes,
wouldn't it?
yeah,
It'd be
absolutely.
so easy to overpower.
It is, definitely.
Jamie's coming in there, look, to show you.
So,
And like you're doing there, if you feel like it's not dark enough, go in a second time. It's the same with this, the same as when you know, gilded waxes, whatever, start off light and add more.
yeah, absolutely. You can really do that. I mean, the thing is, once that's dried a little bit, go back over it, and you know, it's no problem, because obviously the watercolour card is there for you to watercolour onto. So the fact that you can go in again and again and get that blend, that shade. So for instance, I've gone in on that leaf there. And if I want to add a little bit more, I'm going to go in at the base, and I can add a little bit more and a little bit more, and you can really build up that that blend out that you would get if you were using your tri-blends or your classiques. You can still get that effect.
Well, your colour combinations are infinite, aren't they, with watercolours?
Yeah.
So if you suddenly decide you want a verdant green, a very dark green, just add a little bit of that blue, couldn't you? Or
Absolutely.
if you wanted it more lime green, then go in with that yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that this glass mat, I mean, I was waxing lyrical about it earlier, it's a brilliant piece of equipment because I'm using it as my palette now. I was using it to measure on earlier, you know, and then you clean it up at the end of the day and it's as good as new. So it is my glass mat, my machine and my stamping platform, three of the most important things I've got in my craft room. It sounds like it's three of the most boring things, but it's not.
No.
Your things like that are necessary for you to be able to do something like this with ease. Oh, and my sippy cup. I can't do without that. I've got them at home as well. I use them, the ones at home. In fact, I think Alice, a little while ago, she said to me, she says, where is your non-spill cup? Because she was painting and she wanted to use it. So
Yeah.
absolutely worth its weight in gold.
How beautiful is that?
We should.
Oh, we should pass it on to Leanne. I think everybody would use one if we pass that on to Leanne. We need a Crafter's Companion corporate purple non-spill cup.
We absolutely do. Yes, it should.
Ben got a personalised machine. So come on, Michelle, if you volunteer this one, you can get your own personalised cup.
Non-spill cup. Oh, that's a great. Wait till I see Leanne on Monday. I think that's a great idea. So
That is so pretty.
there's just a couple of petals that I'm going back in that I've missed, but that's it. So let me just put a bit of water down so I can pick that up.
I mean, please don't think I'm belittling it, as I'm not, because it's done. But that is just a few dots and dashes, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that looks amazing.
Absolutely.
So pretty.
Yeah, and that's all you need to do. I've got a little bit of ink on there. Let me see if I can get rid of it. But yes, and again, I think that's one of the main reasons that I do this so quickly, because it just shows you that, and again, for want of a nicer phrase, just throwing the ink at the piece of card just goes to show how easy it is to do such a beautiful, effective card.
I like that blue. It's almost like a denim blue, isn't it?
It is. It is. It's a lovely blue. So I've already got these 3 mats and layers already popped together, because I wanted to be able to finish that without having to worry that my mats and layers weren't going to be done. So that's just a little wonky. So it's a 10 fold card, and it's a 6.5 by just under 5. And I've got a little bit of acetate. I'm going to pop that behind it. So let me bring in my tape pen. So just all the way around the edges. Oh, do you know, it's almost like Jamie knows me. He went, that would make a good shaker card. Have you been sneaking a look at my prep? I do love a shaker card, absolutely. I think anything that's got an aperture in has got the ability to make amazing shaker cards. There we go.
I was just saying, you know when we were sat having a cup of tea and you were eating your egg sandwich, Jamie was rifling through, sneaking through your prep.
Oh, bless him. Right, so let's pop this on. So when I've got an aperture like this, what I always will do is I will have my foam nice and straight all around the edges, because then when you look, because when you're standing your card up, you can see behind, and I want the outside bit to look nice and neat. And then what I will do is I will put some extra foam sort of round the aperture.
So this bit here is doing the sealing, effectively.
Yeah.
Seal it, I can see there's absolutely no gaps there. So
Yeah.
that's making sure that the foam can't come out, the glitter can't come out.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You need to make sure that these are all sealed. You don't want no leakage or anything like that. So this, you know, this is absolutely fine. If I put lots of sequins in there, you know, it's going to really fill it. But if you're not wanting to waste lots of sequins, then we're just going to block this off just a little bit. Let me check, that's the bottom. It is. We're just going to block this off a little. It just means I don't have to use as many sequins to fill it to the bottom.
But it still kept it nice and neat and tidy, hasn't it?
Yes, yes. So if you're standing this up and you look, you're going to see a nice straight piece rather than lots of random angled pieces. So so obviously making sure that this is all nice and stuck. I'm going to take all these edges off. So this is the sort of the same, if you wanted to make a multi-window shaker card, so if you're doing a bigger card and you've got lots of different windows on, you would sort of do the same with this. You'd have these sort of random pieces all over, but as long as your outside pieces are nice and neat, it doesn't really matter. So let me just pop those there. I'm going to bring in my sequins and just cut that down. Oh, I've got foam pads stuck everywhere, look. Right, so I'm going to pop my sequins on here. So I've got a mix of those lovely iridescent ones in with that blue.
Very nice. Plenty in there.
Yeah.
You don't like stingy shakers?
No, no, definitely not. Which is another sort of good tip for you to be able to do this. It means, again, that I don't have to use as many sequins because I've blocked some of that bit up. So whereas that would have been filled with sequins, now it's not, so I don't have to use as many. So just making sure that this is in the middle where it needs to be, away from those pieces there. Pop that in there. And then I'm going to try and line that up. There we go. So don't worry that it bows over there at the minute, because you need to put all your sequins sort of into the middle. Make sure you give those a good burnish down before you see how full mine is.
That looks amazing.
Yeah,
yes, brilliant.
absolutely.
It's quite a good optical illusion, isn't it? Because it appears that there are a lot more sequins in there than there really are.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And then I've got this, just a thankful for you. So that is from, is it Say It With Style?
It is.
Yes, I've got it right. I'm useless with names. It's not just our collections. My children get called all sorts of names before I hit on the correct one as well. I'm very much like my mum. But my nan did the same as well. So when we used to go visit sort of my mum's mum, she would literally be Mandy, Iris, Jack. I'm like, how am I my Uncle Jack? You've not even got, the correct
gender right.
Yeah. And then she'd just sort of laugh because you get used to answering to everything and anything, don't you?
Yes.
So I'm going to pop that right across the middle, just on that little bit of foam. And we're going to leave it at that. In fact, if you wanted to, you could use get a few of your sequins and have those round the outsides, just instead of...
like pearls and things?
Yeah, just instead of your pearls. Have a couple of those randomly popped on the edges.
That looks pretty.
It looks quite pretty. Let me get my glue gun. Let me quickly put these on because I do like sequins for this. So let me...
They're commenting on your stars, Michelle.
I know.
It's only June and Michelle has 10.
I might have peaked. And that's it for me.
I don't know.
When does it end? Is it birthday week to birthday week? Or birthday month to birthday month?
Birthday month.
Let's pop those on there. There we go. So let me just move my glue gun. Move all my mess to the side. And then if I turn that round for you.
How beautiful is that? We are loving that. Thank you. So that is your floral frame cut and embossed folders. And if you would like that one, which was the Forget Me Not, along with all of the others, your platinum price today is £32 or $36. Now, I've got a couple more people to say hello to. And Michelle, I've got a couple of questions for you. Okay. So Mary Pat 1000 says, good morning, everyone from sunny Montana. So, plenty there. Laura Gray says, I made a shaker card from this cut and embossed folder. The Forget-Me-Nots are so lovely. They are one of my favourite flowers. There we go. Judy Brandenburg says hello from Missouri. And Roseanne Carborn says the glass mat is awesome. It also protects the table you are working on and I can't craft without it. Linda says looks great, Michelle. And Rhonda is singing just a random song. I don't know what she's singing about. There we go. She's just singing a song. Anyway. First one, no, this isn't necessarily for you. Maybe our Johnny can help me with this. Eileen says, hello, fellow crafters at Team Social. What's in the bonus points mystery bag? It was shown on the 2 earlier shows today. I don't remember a bonus points mystery bag. There's one on the website, but we've not shown it on the show. Our mystery bags, we showed the Christmas one and mine and Ben's, but I don't think they had bonus points on. So if you want to go on, there's a bonus mystery bag on the website, but we haven't shown you one, so I'm not sure. Yeah, come back if you want us to have a look at that. But if it was mine, Ben's, or the Christmas one, please shout up. I'm happy to show you that during the show. We might show you that anyway, but there you go. Sue Benson, now I don't know the answer to this. Michelle, she says, I do have a question. I needed an envelope larger than allowed on the sheet for the envelope maker. Is there a ratio to add to the list for the paper size and a rule to use for the scoring letter?
I've got to say, I don't know.
I don't think you'd be able to, because once you get to the end number, you're not going to be able to get the score lines right, are you?
No, definitely not. If you are wanting to make a bigger envelope than what the envelope box or the envelope maker is allowing or wanting. So say, for instance, you've got a 10 by 10 card, then the way that I do it is, so can I very quickly show you? So the way that I will do it is, so imagine this is obviously a lot bigger than what it is. Let me see. So just for instance, pretend this is huge, bigger than what your your board is going to allow you. So this is my card. This is a 10 by 10 card. So what I will tend to do, and again, excuse me, because I'm going to do this very quickly. My 10 by 10 card. So this is 10.5 by 10.5. So my card's going to sit in it. Obviously, we're using a little bit of an imagination here. So then what I'll do is, this is 10 by 10. So that is 10 by 10. So this piece is going to be 10 by 10, but we're going to put a little tab on each side. So again, let me quickly, oh, it's stuck. Oh, there we go. So let me quickly show you what I mean. So again, we're imagining 10 by 10. We're going to put a 1/2 inch tab down each side. And we're going to put a 1/2 inch tab on the bottom. It can be a bigger tab if you want, it really doesn't matter. I always think 1/2 inch is big enough. We're gonna fold these over. Okay, we're gonna, as we always do when we're creating some kind of box or anything, we're gonna sort of snip these corners away. Okay, you're gonna glue that tab, and that tab underneath. And then what happens is, you've created, let me fold them, an envelope that's going to fit your 10 by 10 card.
Right.
And then what you're going to do is at the top, you're going to leave an extra. So if it's 10 by 10, you're going to maybe have an inch there, or 1/2 inch, and you're going to create an envelope that looks like that.
So it's almost going to be nearly verging on a bag.
Yes, yes, absolutely. But because you've got that tab on each side, you can glue that down nice and flat. And then what you're going to do is your card's going to go in the top. But that is the easiest way I can think of to show you how to do an envelope any size. If your card's 10 by 10, make that just that little bit bigger, because you've got the front and back that you're going to be able to pop together to create a card. I know it's not going to be the fancy, quarter card, but it's the easiest. And it's very nice. You can curve your corners. You can still mat and layer this up really prettily, but that is, if I've got a card that's quite big or a weird shape, I will
Perfect.
do that.
Thank you. That's really, really useful. And there was one more, and it was from Lynn Morton. She says, Michelle, have you got to have certain types or makes of paint brushes?
Have you got to have certain makes?
Yeah, I'm not sure whether she meant to do the technique that you were doing, or... No, you don't have to have any special paintbrushes. If you've got paintbrushes at home, they all work with water, so absolutely. We do some lovely paintbrushes, but you don't have to have a special one. So if you've got some at home, in fact, I've got some at home that I use, this is going to sound daft, that I bought my daughter when she was little. You know those little cheesy painting, paint by numbers things that you can get? There was a couple of paintbrushes in one of them, and they are brilliant. Normally they lose their bristles after an hour, but so I'm still using some of those, to be honest. So I think, unless you become we do have some lovely paintbrushes on our website, I have to admit. We have some lovely ones. But yeah, just try it. Anyone's will do. If you're doing detail like that, ones that are tapered at the end are definitely going to give you a better effect, aren't they? Those sort of tapered ones. But yes, there we go. Hope that helps, Lynn. I just want to make sure all the questions were answered. And Crafty Angie says, hello everyone, I'm just tuning in. Well, you've missed the first demo, I'm afraid there, Angie, but you'll see. Now, these are the what deals, do you say? 24-hour deals, right. So we have got some 24-hour deals that will be gone by 8 p.m. Now, the first one you've got is your Rocker card kit. So this is your spring greetings. It's got 142 elements in there, and it's going to make 20 cards. Now, it should be £25. We're going to give you that today for $14.99 or $17.97. Huge saving, platinum price, $11.99 or $14.38. So I bet you, promise you, once you've made your 20 cards with the rock art, you're going to have loads and loads of embellishments left over that you're going to be able to use for other things as well. So that's the first one of those. The next one we're going to show you is the Craft and Carry Workstation. Now this is in black. Now if any of you have got your storage units, your 12 by 12 white storage units that we all have, these will fit in perfectly, but they're brilliant as well for your desk. If you're doing a project, you can keep everything in there for that project. If there are so many pockets, you can see 12 by 12 pads, lots of plastic bits, lots of elasticated edges, really lovely, lots of little compartments, absolutely brilliant. You'll be surprised how much you can get in there. £19.49 or $22.74, but only until 8 p.m. Platinum price $15.59 or $18.19. Now the next one you might want, especially if you are doing some watercolour techniques, might be your heat tool, because it's brilliant to dry it off between those layers. £16.09 or £17.46. That's a 30% saving. But look at that, if we drop that down, your platinum price is £12.87. You're saving £10 on this one. Absolutely brilliant. So that is $13.97 for platinum as well. Now, how about saving 40% on your classic? So this is your dark skin set. Absolutely brilliant. 6 pens. These are the single colour pen, but they have so much ink in each one. £5.99 or £9.59. Your platinum price, it drops even lower to £4.79 or $7.67. Now, Cindy Toad, I've been eyeing up one of these. I think these look really good because they are so big. £17.49 or $20.99, saving you 30%. Look at that, you can get your 12 by 12 papers in there. They hold so much. You've got pockets on the outside, it's see-through, so you can see exactly what you got in there. And even with those 12 by 12 papers, you can still close the lid, so it's all going to be sealed, absolutely safe. If you're going to events, these are going to be worth well more than your crafting. I can imagine those. They're going to be your beach bag, your gym bag, everything. Nice solid bottom on the bottom, really reinforced. You've got your reinforced handles, perfect, absolutely brilliant. £13.99, £16.79. You will look lovely going to the gym with one of those, Johnny. Yes, you would. Yes, there we go. Okay, you try it on Wednesday. There we go. Right, the next one we've got is the Tri-Blend brushes. So these are brilliant. I love my Tri-Blend brushes. £6.49 or £9.71. You're going to get 3 in here. Now these are brilliant. So these are going to go down to £5.19 or $7.77. These are colours in your more in your colour families rather than the same same colour tone. So absolutely brilliant. This is classic chic, and you've got some lovely reds, greys and sort of taupes in there. Really lovely set. Now, if you were inspired by Michelle's aqua pens, how about having a go with the Aqua Blend pencils? This is the Portrait collection. Look at all those lovely colours at the top. You can see 24 pens in total, £17.49. $20.99. But remember, this 30% saving will only last till 8 p.m. Then it will go back up. Your platinum price until then, that's just shy of an hour and a half, is £13.99 or $16.79. We won't pinch it off you if it hasn't gone through like at 1 minute to 8, but don't leave it hanging around because it will be too late. And the final one we want to show you, and these are so useful. I love mine. I use it all the time. It's your storage caddy. Now, these are for the original Gemini and the Gemini Junior. Unfortunately, they don't work on the Gemini 2. I want to make sure that everybody's clear for that, because the Gemini 2 doesn't have the same feet on it as the original Geminis do. But if you've got either of the 2 original Geminis, then snap this up because it's such a useful storage thing. Even has a tape dispenser built in. £20.99 or $27.96. Again, it's another 30% saving. £16.79 or $22.37 if you are in platinum. There you go. There we are. Wow, okay. Sue Benton says she like a flat box, genius. Thank you so much. There you go. That really helps, Sue. So thank you very much. That was really useful. Now, I have got something to show you. These are your statement word collection. Wow, look at this. This looks to me like a 60% saving if I'm trying to work that out. This is brilliant. So if you buy Hello You on this one, so these are a single die and they're going to cut out of your card at the top into your card at the bottom. You can have these over the top of your card. Hello You. So imagine you've bought Hello You and you've bought Just For You. Absolutely brilliant. Top of your card, or you can have them cut over the edge of your card. That is brilliant. Now, you pay for those $19.99, $25.90. We're then going to give you effectively special day for free. It's going to have exactly the same effect. It's going to give you thank you for free. We're going to give you happy birthday for free. These look brilliant if you put a lovely contrasting colour card behind there. And love you for free. So this deal is effectively buying two, getting four for free. £15.98 or $20.72 is your platinum price today. And Michelle is going to show you how they work because it's quite hard to see them off the board. So Michelle, how do we use these dies?
Very easily. If I can do it, you can do it. And not only are they easy to use, they look stunning. They're so effective. So I've picked the thank you. And you can see straight... Bear with me.
Is it in there?
It's in there. It's just... There we go. So straight away, just from the front, you can see that they work on the half fold of your card. So you can see on here, you've got that sort of line that's going to go across. So what's going to happen? That's going to go on your half fold. You're just going to run it through and then you're going to fold it and you have the top bit that pops up and you have the bottom bit that stays into the card. But what we're going to do is just something a little different. So I have got a piece of card and it's 8 and 2/8 of an inch by 8 and 2/8 of an inch. So what we're going to do is I'm going to roughly, I'm going to place that, and again I'm just sort of by eyeing that in there. But I tell you what, for you, that sort of that better ability to sort of see what I'm doing, let me prop that there, and then let me just mark that there. So we roughly sort of maybe 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 inches.
Yeah, that looks about.
Sort of going, so roughly, and we're going to sort of do that all the way round. So 1 3/4 inches. So I'll just leave those two for now. Because what I'm going to do is we're going to pop that, it's going to, you've got like little notches there and it's going to go on there. But by having that one there as well, it allows me to know exactly where to place that one for that one to fit on that side as well. So you're going to do that on all 4 sides. Let me just bring in some tape to stick this down. So again, we're sort of making sure that that's not going to overlap that line. And then let's tape that down. I'm going to tape it in a couple of places so it doesn't move. And then we're going to pop this on my plate.
So you're going to, so even though it's a die that would effectively fit through your junior plates, you're using your large plates because the cardstock's larger.
Yes, yeah, that's it. You know, if you're using a smaller card base, then it's definitely going to go through on your smaller plates. But because mine's 8.2 by 8.2, I do need to use my larger plates. And to be honest, if you have got the Gemini Pro, so the huge one, you could actually do this and it's going to be able to do it on a lot of a bigger base. So let me pull that off very gently. There we go. So you can see if that was the fold on my half fold card, then that would fold over. So let's just trim this. So I'm going to follow that line that I popped on there. And again, follow that line. And then, oh, Let's just wiggle that out. You've got that gorgeous thank you there. So you're going to do that. You're going to be able to do that on all 4 sides, but you can see how it's just going to fit absolutely perfectly. So if I bring in, so I'm going to bring in this one because we're going to finish this off to show you. The only difference is I put a square of that gorgeous polka dot paper in the middle. So you can see it's exactly the same. We're just gonna, I've already sort of semi-finished this one just to show you how it goes. Let me just tap those bits out. So you can see I've got those 3 sides done, exactly as I'd done before, and then I'm gonna pop that on there. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm going to line my little notches there up with the edge of that card. So pop in again, holding it down in a couple of places to prevent it from really moving. And then we'll pop this through again.
You can put plenty of tape on because it all goes in your on the waist anyway, doesn't it? So
yeah, definitely. The low tack, high tack tape, as I like to call it. The thing is, you know, it's a fine line. You don't want your stuff to move, so it needs to be tacky enough that.
I just thought, because you've got 6 in here, you could almost write, have them. You could maybe have one top and bottom and a different one side to side or something, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. Right, so let's carefully lift that. I always say the best way, if you've got some tape on a bit that you know that you're going to be using and you don't want to rip it, literally peel your tape back perfectly flat on itself. And if you do that and you do that quite steady, it's not going to rip your card at all. There we go. So let's pop that there. So again, you can see that that's lined up perfectly. I'm just going to trim. Let me just snip there. It just allows me to get in.
With
I'm left-handed. It's a little bit awkward. There we go. Try it that way.
Yeah, you're going to have to trim it off from a couple of different angles, aren't you?
That's this is the hardest thing about this one. It's not hard. Sometimes it's a little bit annoying to get into those little fiddly bits, but besides that,
as long as you've got your long scissors, like you've got there, the 9-inch scissors, then you should be able to do it quite easily.
Yeah, definitely. So the only thing that I've done wrong on that is actually when I lined up my little notches, I lined them up right on my patterned paper, whereas on the other side I haven't. But again, it really doesn't matter because then it just...
I see what you mean. You've got a little white border on the others.
It can just mean that that particular one stands out a little bit differently to the others. So you could technically, if you wanted to, sort of put a different colour card behind, because I'm going to pop some coloured card behind here. So I'm popping this out carefully because there's 2 layers there.
Yeah.
There's the card and that patterned paper.
You've made it work for it, haven't you? And the glue as well.
Yeah, that's it. So it is coming out. You just need to be a little bit more careful with it. There you go. Absolutely perfect. So let me just move that plate and all my mess. This is the only time that I do tidy up after each...
Is it?
Each demo, yeah. When I'm at home and I'm creating, nothing gets tidied away until the end of the day. And I physically can't find anything or can't move. So card base, 8x8, I've got this gorgeous paper, matte and layered up. And because I'm going onto this coated cardstock, I'm going to bring in my tacky glue. So, no, not foam pads. As Jamie sarcastically said. A little bit of sarcasm there.
He's saying it was a genuine question.
Oh, right, so let's pop this on.
You don't tend to do foam pads for your first matte and layer, Jamie. You're not very often.
He'll learn, won't he?
He will.
He's new, bless him. It's not that new, actually, is it? How long have you been here now, Jamie? Over a year.
There you go. Same time as Becky Swan. Oh, I like that at a jaunty angle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah, I mean,
nice.
you could have it straight, but I think it just
No, I think it
sits,
looks...
the design makes it just work on that jaunty angle, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, again, I'm going to glue this down flat, but what I'm going to do is, so with my dotty, I'm going to go over those pieces here. So they're going to stay stuck down as well. I'm going to pop it on there. And then I'll go over the other bits with some glue. So it could be your solid tape pen if you wanted to, or whatever wet glue you have at home to use. So I'm just trying to be very careful. I tend to rush this bit. I tend to get a little bit impatient and then end up ripping a letter off.
I can see you going in the direction that they go. That always helps as well, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. So. Oh, whose idea was it to do for?
Yours.
I need to have words with myself. Right. So last couple of bits. And then, so because I don't need my tacky glue because it's just paper onto paper or card onto normal card, no coating, I'm just going to come in with my normal glue, or my all-purpose. So just going around those edges very carefully and then just fill in those bits.
Perfect.
And then don't forget, because I've already got dotty glue on certain bits, I'm not going to have the wiggle room or the wiggle ability.
Yeah.
So I need to, once I've
get
committed.
where you need it to be.
Yeah, I've committed.
That is so pretty.
So even though I've missed that off, do you know what? What I could technically do if I really wanted to.
You could put a strip of white card
yeah,
in,
just
couldn't
cut
you?
a real thin strip of white card. I mean, that's not perfectly straight, but just to give you the idea. And then you could pop it on there and it ties it all back in.
Yeah.
So let me just stick that down. And then what I'm going to do is, let me just pop this out of here, because I've run it back through my machine and I've just done it with a black card. So then what I'm going to do, obviously this has gone through my little Xyron machine as well, just to make that stand out even more.
How lovely is that? You could, if you wanted to, I suppose, just put black card behind if you wanted to.
Yeah, you absolutely could. But
this way makes it flush, doesn't it?
It does.
So it depends what look you want.
Yeah, that's absolutely it. And to be honest, if you wanted to have it on this particular middle bit on some foam pads, so it's raised, you wouldn't be able to do this. So then you would, you know, pop some black card or whatever colour card you wanted behind it.
That looks really clever.
But again,
really
just
effective.
to show you a different way that you can be doing it.
Perfect, absolutely perfect. Really pretty. I think this could work male or female, this card.
Yes.
I mean, if you really didn't want the butterfly on there, you could snip that out, couldn't you? Really easily. That wouldn't be a problem. And then it would be very masculine or feminine. I can't have a butterfly on a man's card. Of course you can.
Yeah. It's funny because my daughter, she's a case of, you know, if it's not black, put it back. So, and my son loves pinks and bright colours, you know, and things like that. So they're not just the perfect opposites of each other. They're just, I don't know, they're on the other side of the world opposite. They're that different. But there you go. So that is it. I did have a couple of gems, but they've disappeared, which is not a problem because sometimes I don't think you need them.
No, you don't.
You could die cut that out again and have another butterfly on the top, you know, so you can have the wings raised. But if I just turn that round for you and show you it as it is, I think sometimes you don't need the gems and you don't need the bit of ribbon.
Lovely. Absolutely adore that. Thank you so much for sharing that. That is lovely. Stephanie says, I love my craft and carry the best. That was the storage. Stephanie said, brilliant price on the heat tool. Yeah, if you're after a heat tool, it really is a good price. Lillian says, hello, Corrine and Michelle. Hello, all of you here. So, hi, Lillian. And then we've got Patricia says, I'm going to work on some of my 4th of July projects. So that's brilliant. Carline, sorry. You could go off, people. She says, joining a bit late, last-minute shopping for her cruise. Hope you're all doing well. Right, you've given us half a tale. So, Carly, where are you going on your cruise? When are you going? And what have you bought? Yeah, we need it all, please. Rosalind says, this would make a pretty scrapbook layout page, Michelle. It really would, couldn't it? Can you imagine that with a picture in the middle? And Rhonda says, how about taking a white pen along that edge as well? Yes, that would work really well. Thank you. You've come up with all the lovely ideas. There we go. Right, now, we're going to have a quick break because we keep talking about your platinum prices, your bonus points. Let's have a quick look all about our Club Inspire.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right?
Yeah.
Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What does she do?
Exactly how he looks.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on catch up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the products.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special? 100% it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part. And it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
It feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
Massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play. and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously. The people not just here at Crafts Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
Hello and welcome back. Right, well, we're into the last live hour for today. I hope you've enjoyed what we've been able to show you, all about our June Reloaded, so all of the best bits from the last month. And wow, has it been a good month. Now, we were asked about the goodie bag, and one of the mystery bags that we showed you earlier was my mystery bag. I'm really proud of my mystery bag. I've not had many mystery bags. Now mine is in the lead apparently. Yeah, because it's beating Ben's. Yes, I've got to win something. Thank you, Johnny, for that one. Yeah, at least you'll win something, he said. The most popular bag award. Pity I can't win Demo of the Day when I'm the only expert on, isn't it? But never mind. Right. This is my Christmas mystery bag. I'm going to pretend that doesn't happen. It wasn't said. So this is my mystery bag. There's £110 worth of value in here, or $137. But you're not going to pay that. You're not going to pay anything like that. You're going to be paying £30 or $40 for this today. So the value for that is effectively those two items. $26.99. $4.99. So you've got your Santa's Grotto, makes a Z-fold card, all your instructions, it says there, look, are included. But these are just gorgeous scene building dies. You're also going to get its penguining. Oh, God, I can't do it now, I'm too tired. It's penguining, that's the one, penguining, like it's beginning to look like. It took me all day yesterday. Right, now that's the value of what you're actually going to be paying today. Now, everything else you're going to get effectively for free. You've got these making the most gorgeous scenes here, not just Christmas with the little cottage and the lamppost, but yeah, you've got the tree and the snowman. It's Home for the Holidays is the first one. Then you've got Bar Humpug as well. You've got a 3D embossing folder. This is 2D, sorry, cut and emboss folder. I got that completely wrong. Follow the Star. You cut out where you can see the gold. Those are all going to cut out at the same time as it embosses. One of my favourites. Your Fancy Sentiment dies, Jingle All the Way. You then got Christmas foliage in one of our fancy frames. Beautiful is that. It's gorgeous. Look, you've got the poinsettia down in the corner and all the holly up here. You've also got Winter Roses, which is a 7-piece stamp set that again is absolutely gorgeous. And then you've got the Christmas Cottage, another one of those Z-fold cards. That's $26.99 on its own. 41 elements there. You're not paying anything when you effectively pay for those two items. You're going to get all of that in my Christmas mystery bag. Really, it's been so popular. The platinum price today is £24 or $32. So that is an amazing value. Now, what do I love? I love flowers. I love making flowers. I love anything to do with flowers. So I thought it would be absolutely brilliant if I could show you our Say It With Flowers. Now this is a selection. This is a 9-piece selection. It's giving you a total of 25 dies. It's some of the elements that we've got left. But even so, don't think you're not going to get value for money. These elements on their own would be £98.91 or $122.59. But you're not going to pay that. You're going to pay £62 or $78. But look at that platinum price, even better. £49.60 or £62.40. That is half of that price. There you go. If you're platinum, you're paying half of the individual element price. Absolutely amazing. So you're going to get the Charming Chrysanthemum is your first one. I love this. Cardstock, fabric, foam, paper, however you want to do it, you're going to be able to make the most amazing flowers. You've got the foliage as well. You've got lovely little bits to go in the centre. Absolutely gorgeous. Now in this collection, this one probably is one of my favourite elements from here. This is the Statement Floral Bouquet. It's an edgeable die, so it's going to cut into and out of your cards, as you can see just here. But look, can you see you've got that centre die running down there that's going to cut it into and out. Absolutely beautiful, whether you want to colour it, paper piece, or just have it in black or white. It's up to you. You're going to get that included. You're going to get this lovely frame. Now, there's nothing in there that says it has to be with flowers. This can be with any of your collection. Put your sentiments in the middle. Have that as a snow globe. You could have that as picture frame. Whatever you wanted, that would work beautifully. Can you imagine that on a wedding card with a picture of the bride and groom inside, or an anniversary card 1 year on? Absolutely gorgeous. Don't just think of these as florals. Timeless elegance, again, is another one that you can take right away from the other elements of this collection. Portrait or landscape, it works really, really well. So it's going to cut the aperture out and all of those. Now look at this one. Yeah, very, oh, get it that way around. Very floral, but very beautiful. I am loving that. I think that one works both ways as well, or it can go that way. It's entirely up to you. That is your floral splendour. Beautiful, beautiful frame. I forget about all of these. I've got them all on the side. Dearest Friend is your next one. So these are your sentiments. These work really, really well when you cut them out to 2 colours and then paper piece the words in on a second colour. Looks lovely. Happy Birthday. We never have enough dies with Happy Birthday on. Absolutely gorgeous. 2 dies in each of these, outer and inner, so you're going to get your matte layer as well as your detail. And finally, Just For You. I love this sort of like little archway, you know, effect to them. Really, really pretty. And we're going to give you another one of our flower dies, Beautiful Peony. This one again works beautiful with your foam as well as with your cardstock, your fabrics, however you want to do it. Like I said, platinum price for this, £49.60, $62.40 is half of that price there, the usual price, the individual elements. So you are getting the most amazing deal. It's a selection, it's what we've got left. So if you don't get it now, there really is running out of time. Now, I can see Michelle is all set up, so she's going to show us what she would do with this one.
I'm going to make a flower.
Are you?
I love...
Don't forget to turn your iron off afterwards, Michelle.
No. No,
she
I
asked
won't.
me to remind her. She asked me to remind her.
Yeah, someone write it down. And do you know, I normally set alarms, and I know that sounds daft, but when you've got a shocking memory, setting, like my phone has got so many weird alarms on it, but you know, it helps me to remember, so you have to work with what you've got, don't you? But so yeah, so I've got, and if I've got Corrine with me, then I'm absolutely sorted, because she reminds me of words I need to say, what ducks don't do. The Beautiful Peony and this gorgeous classic Baroque die. So I'm going to pop that to the side for now. Let's take this off. So you've got, it's absolutely beautiful. I've got this gorgeous die. You've got those corners and you've got that edge piece as well. So I'm going to pop this on here. Let me just a couple of pieces still in there. Let me get rid of those. Just a couple more. This isn't me. I wasn't the last one that used this. Right, is that going to fit on there? Oh, it does. Fits perfectly. So that gorgeous orange texture cardstock, I've got some just normal white, and I'm just taping that down because I've cut that quite small, so I want to make sure that it doesn't move at all. And again, I'm just going to pop it through. I'm using my bigger plates because these are what I've got next to me, to be honest, but it's going to go through your midi, is this one. It's going to fit through your midi perfectly. This corner and this border piece are going to go through your mini perfectly. So if you're wanting to sit in front of the telly on a night, or in front of us on a night, and you don't want, you're not going to bring your big machine obviously to the sofa, are you? So with both of your sort of non-electric machines, you're going to be able to do that. So let's pop that to the side. And what I love about this is you've got that piece in the middle as well. You're not going to get rid of that. You're going to keep that. You're going to use it either on the same card as this, or you're going to keep it and use it. Even if you keep it and use it as a scrap piece of card, to cut out a small flower or something. So I am looking for the one that is the release, which, there we go, give it a tap. There we go, it comes off.
Wow, that is so beautiful. It's such
How gorgeous.
Yeah.
Just that on its own, it is a stunning, stunning die.
Do you know what? It never fails to impress me what a piece of metal and a piece of card can do when combined together.
Yes, I totally agree. It is astounding, it really is. I mean, look at that, it's absolutely gorgeous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that to the side because we're going to cut some flowers. So I have got this beautiful peony, and you can see you've got your 3 petals, you've got a couple of those leaves, and you've got these. Now, are they your calyxes?
Yes.
I think I ask that every time, don't I? I've already got some cut. I've used my couple of pieces of the foam that came with this collection, these 2 gorgeous colours. Again, all ties in beautifully. But I've got mine cut out already. So I'm going to bring in my iron. I've got my foam. I've got my 2 ball tools. And again, so obviously depending on what kind of what kind of flower you are making will depend on whether you use any of these, or if you've got your distressing tool, you can be using that as well. So what I'm going to do with the biggest one is I always use my tweezers because very scared of getting burnt. So I'm going to use my tweezers, I'm going to pop that on there. You can see it takes shape straight away. And then I'm going to bring in my ball tool. I'm going to use this one. And we're just going to, while it's still got that heat in it, we're going to use our ball tool. We're going to swizzle it around to give it some shape. You can go into each petal and do it if you want like this. Again, depends on what kind of petal you're going for. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my biggest one, bring my ball tool in, and I'm going to stretch that petal.
The heat from your fingers is more than enough to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just going to stretch the petal. So the centre of the petal, I'm going to leave my edge. I don't want to stretch that round. I want that to look a little bit more petal-like, more realistic. So that's what I'm just straight away. How different does it look once you've heated it up? So let's heat a couple more up. Pop that on there. And it doesn't matter that it's fallen off and it's done that, because once you have finished with your ball tool, stretching it round that, it's going to go into sort of the shape that you want. So again, let's stretch that round there. And then that one as well. I do it with all 4. So even though you saw when it fell down, it had all sort of crumpled into a bit of a mess, it's going to stretch out lovely. And then when we glue it together, again, it's going to take on a totally different shape.
Have these all been the same size, or have we done different sizes?
No,
yet?
I've done different sizes. So I've done all 3 sizes of the petals that come with this. And again, just going to stretch that over there. So I haven't got my little distressing tool out because that's not what I'm going to be doing with these particular flowers. So let me just do a couple more.
It's very fast, isn't it? But it's so relaxing.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Carlene's come back to us about her cruise. We'll have a look at the comments in a few minutes.
It seems to be a big thing at the minute. It seems to be everyone that I know that's going on holiday seems to be going on a cruise. I saw an advert on telly the other day for some sort of, it's like a Viking longboat.
Wow.
That looked fun.
Do you have to row it yourself?
No. It was huge, so I hope not.
Oh, Grace says she can't do a cruise, she's too scared. So's Jamie.
I don't know. You look at something that big and you think, how on earth does it still float?
Yeah, but you'd go in an aeroplane.
Well, yeah, but when I'm on an aeroplane, I think, how on earth is this still in the sky?
Do you know what? My mind never goes that way. Never goes that way.
I do catastrophise a little bit in situations like that. Right, so what I'm going to do is, even though you can see that my petals are they're heated and they're moulded, and it absolutely doesn't matter. What we're going to do is we're going to take a little piece of kitchen foil, and we're going to make it into sort of the shape of a, is it a Hershey's Kiss? So like a little cone shape. So we're going to have a wider bottom, and we're going to sort of everything your PT instructor has told you don't need. We're going to have a nice big bottom there, and it's going into that little point. And what we want to do is we want to make sure that when we curl these round, that's small enough. Obviously, you've made it too big, you need to make it a little bit smaller. So your smallest petal, we're going to make sure that that's going to sit in the middle of. So we're going to bring in my trusty glue gun. I'm going to pop glue on the bottom of this.
Only way to go with foam, isn't it?
Yes,
Hot
definitely.
glue.
Definitely. And we're going to pop that in the middle. I'm going to make sure it's nice and stuck. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring each petal up, and because the petals are all going to meet at the top, you're not going to see that silver tin foil. So we're just popping a little bit of glue, and again, just little bits, and we're going to hold it against the foil, obviously curling it round. We're going to move on to the next petal. And again, making sure that it overlaps that other petal. And then again, it's literally, it's sort of rinse and repeat. Making sure that all 4 of them are going to cover that tin foil. See, that third one covers it perfectly.
Yeah, you might think at first it looks like it's not, but then suddenly it goes, doesn't it?
Yes, yeah, definitely. And then on this last one. There we go. I'm making sure, so pull it round if you feel you need to. And again, don't worry, because then as we go with the bigger petals, it's going to cover that up and you're not going to see that middle bit at all. Don't worry about the glue strings, they just get everywhere. So we're going to pop glue on there, and we're going to pop it in the next one. And what you need to do is where these 2 petals overlap, try and have that line in the centre of your next petal. And we're going to do the same. I'm going to pop glue on each petal, and we're going to hold it up. So if you just wanted to make buds to go along with your full flowers, you're going to do this in exactly the same way. You're just not going to carry on. Once you've got 2 or 3 layers of this, you would sort of stop, and that would be your buds. So bringing that up and cupping it round. You can see straight away, you can see it starts to take shape. And then, there we go, around there. And on this last one. So this is something I could do all day. I love making foam flowers.
So do I.
So I've got a little bit of glue there, but it's okay. I can
It's
pull
so
it off.
rewarding. It's such a rewarding craft.
It really is. It absolutely really is. So let's do a couple more layers. So again, foam, glue on the bottom of that foam. Try and have where your 2 petals meet in the middle of that one. Give it a hold down, and then do the same. So bring it up, and you can stretch it up if you feel it's not going high enough. Give it a bit of a pull on the top of the petal gently. And the good thing about this is if you've got a little bit that's still stuck up, you can just go in and pop a bit of glue on it if you want. But the thing is, because we're literally wrapping each new layer around the previous one, it's going to cover that up anyway. So there we go. And you see what I mean about how it didn't matter that some of these have gone a little bit They're not necessarily misshapen, but not how I want them to be. But it doesn't matter because once I pop it on here, it takes on a totally different look. So bring that one up, wrapping it round those previous ones. And then, so that's sort of the centre, but you can see now, I mean, I've got glue everywhere, but besides the glue everywhere, you can't see that foil in the middle at all now. It's totally covered up. If you're worried about seeing the foil, then what I do at home is I've got some beads. Some just generic beads that I got that I love to decorate stuff with, and I've got some quite big ones. Use a bead in the middle instead, and then if you do happen to be able to see through, you've got a lovely pearlescent bead poking out at you instead of that little bit of tin foil. Right, so then what we're going to do is we're going to flip this one over so you can see that the bubble's coming up rather than us going on that way. So again, if I was at home, I make these very big. So I like do 10, 12, 14 layers. Obviously for time here, I'm not going to do that, but you're still going to be able to get the idea of what I'm doing. So again, I will pull that back because I try not to get glue right on the edge. So if I'm holding it back a little bit, it just means that I'm not going to. So stand there. There we go. So we're going to bring that one up and we're just going to press it. So you saw that I put the glue right towards the bottom because what it allows is it allows my petal to come over. And we're going to do the same here, right at the base, just a tiny little dot, bring it up and press it. If you're doing crepe flowers or you want it, if you've got some paper and you're making paper flowers, it's very much the same as what I'm doing now. You'll obviously, it'll handle it a little bit different depending on what material you're using, but the technique is still going to be the same as what I'm doing here. So there you go, bring that up. So give it a nice good squish. And the fact that you've got that foil in the middle, it's still got that, the ability to sort of squish it a little bit if you want it to go into sort of a different shape. We'll pop the last one on. And again, we're going to do it exactly the same way. So the bubbled bits are up. So there we go, pop that on there. Again, staggering your petals each time you do it. And again,
that is absolutely beautiful.
It comes together lovely, doesn't it? Our foam is some of the best I've used. I've used so many different foams, but our foam is absolutely brilliant. It's the mouldability of it is just brilliant.
It doesn't tend to pull. You don't pull off petals or rip it like some that I've used.
No, definitely not. When I knew that when we first sort of launched our foam and our first dyes, I can't tell you how excited I was. I really can't. So last one. And again, if you want a huge flower, you're just going to add more and more layers of all 3 different sizes. So let's give that a nice good squash. And there you go. Besides a bit of glue that I've still got on there, that is it. So what I'm going to do now is, if you really want to sort of shape some of these petals, if you've got your little pokey tool, just with your thumb, because the heat from your thumb rolling it round there is going to give it some more movement, some more shape, because that's what it is that obviously moulds it. It's the heat. So roll it round a couple of times and you're going to get that shape there. And again, if you give it like a little wiggle like that, you're going to get sort of that ruched up edge that again you're going to get on some certain roses and things like that. So even though once it's all made, you can still adjust it and add different sort of shapings to it. So I do have a couple more smaller ones that I've already done, which are just
pretty,
my
yeah.
2 little buds. So let me pop all this to the side, and then we'll create this lovely card. So I've got that gorgeous frame. I've got glue everywhere. That gorgeous frame. So we're gonna mat and layer that up a little bit. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just trim that in the middle, there and there, so I can have my drop shadow coming out both ways.
Right, yeah.
I think I learnt that from you.
Did you?
I did. It is you. You do that, don't you?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. I saw you doing it because normally I did a drop shadow to the bottom or to the side, and I saw you snip something, and I was like, "That's genius."
I think I do it quite a lot with sentiment ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, sentiment ones, so you can just get that drop shadow either side.
Thank you. I was fascinated. It's the simplest things that I think make the most
difference.
Yeah. And sometimes it's those simplest things and you think, why did I never think to do that? So let me just, I've got a few glue, I've got hot glue strings everywhere. So there we go, let's just pop that. There we go. And then we'll do the same on the other side. So it doesn't matter that the orange pieces aren't going to meet in the middle, sorry, because you're not going to see it, it's behind. So let's pop that on there. There we go. And I've got that lovely drop shadow coming out either side now. Right, so the sentiments. Thank you for being a true friend and you brighten my day. I've already got these matte and layered. That gorgeous, gorgeous paper pad. And again, the textured cardstock. So pop that in here. And I've got some of my green foliage all ready as well. So let's close this. Pop this on here. So even though that die I've been using, where is it? It's this one. It is the beautiful peony. You can see it makes a rose perfect, or a perfect rose. So I think with lots of
I think that's the same with so many flower making dyes that you'll get from everywhere, that it's just almost like an indication of what flower you're making.
Yeah, so I don't want you to think, oh, well, that says it's a peony or it says it's this, because it's, you know, it's really, you can make so many different flowers with that one particular dye. So if you're at home and you think, well, I've only got this dye, I can't make a rose, you absolutely can. Right, so we're going to pop this on here. And again, I'm going to come in with my dotty. Oh, I got lost in concentration then.
Were you concentrating really hard?
I was concentrating.
Were the cogs really whirring?
So, right, pop that on there. See, I do have this. Obviously
that's pretty.
Yeah, this was in the collection.
Yeah.
But obviously it's not in this smaller collection.
But you could actually, we were looking at those frames earlier, weren't we? You could sort of do half of one of those frames that we were looking at earlier, and that would work just as well.
Absolutely. It absolutely would. I'm still going to pop it on just because I'm using it as a stopper. But obviously, you know, you can just put your sentiment on and use that as a stopper if you want. If you've already got it at home, then obviously, you know, it works beautifully as a stopper. I feel like I'm being foam pad shamed.
He's definitely watching you use your foam pads today.
I have used an incredible amount today. It just seems that my demos today have called for lots of foam pads, I must admit. So let's pop that right there. So that's going to be my lovely stopper. And then we're going to pop this on. So I'm going to bring in, so I've got my lovely leaves. Again, I'm going to bring in my foam. So you can stick these to here or you can stick them to the bottom of your rose. It's entirely up to you. I tend to pop them on here. It just allows me to visualise where I want them to go a lot better. So just pop in that little bit of glue there. Pop that on there. And then we're going to pop that right in the middle. Like that. And then I've got my 2 little buds that I'm going to bring in as well. So my buds are just as they are, and you've got these smaller leaves. And what you're going to do with these is you can pop it underneath and bring it up around the side, almost as if it's just breaking free from its, what is it called? Yeah, it's got a particular name, hasn't it, when it's still got those. So what you're going to do, let me pop one more on just to show you.
That's the calyx at the back. That's definitely the calyx at the back, the bit that opens out.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Okay. Stamens in the middle and calyx at the back, I'm sure. I'm thinking now, but I'm sure it is.
I've no idea. So again, what I'm going to do is we're just going to curl these top bits. Just with the heat from our thumb, it's going to curl it. So as if it's just ready to explode open. Pretty sure it's probably got an official name when that happens, but there we go. So we're going to pop that one on. I'm going to pop this one on as well.
So pretty.
So that
but yeah, you were so right. You need to make sure you've got your foliage and your greenery on there, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. It just really makes it pop that little bit better. So let's pop this one over the top of here. So that one's still quite closed. This one's just opening up. I've got glue everywhere, but that's all right. And again, you can put more foliage on if you want to, but I want to have just that one, which is why I said it's perfect if you're really going to go to town with the size of that. By adding lots more layers, it's going to sit in that frame absolutely beautifully. And then this is just going to go over the top. So we've got thank you for being a true friend, and I'm going to pop that on there so I've got that extra matte layer look on there. And literally every time I move my hands, there's a great big string of glue gun. Right, you brighten my day.
How lovely is that? What a lovely sentiment.
So there we go. So if I turn that round for you to see from the front, you've just got that one lovely rose in that gorgeous frame.
Such a pretty, pretty project. Thank you, Michelle, for showing. And thank you for going so much into detail about how to make the flowers. Now, a couple of comments. I'll try and keep this as quick as I can. I think it's Carline. I think that's what she said it. She laughed. She said, Corrine, she's leaving for the Bahamas, Cayman Islands. Now, Ocho Rios, oh, I'm not sure, O-C-H-O, Ocho Rios, Cosmonel, sorry, I'm not very good, I'm not very travelled, am I? To celebrate her 39th wedding anniversary, she needed a pair of evening shoes. Nice little shopping trip.
Wow.
But she came back also, meaning this also, with shorts, sandals and a new bathing suit. There you go. Perfect, perfect. Rhonda, please don't feel sorry, guilty for voting for Ben. I'm only jesting. I am only jesting. Brenda, now this is lovely, and thank you for sharing this. It's so nice when people post a positive. She says, I need to give a big shout out to the Crafters Companion US warehouse. She received 2 packages yesterday, but they had run out of the pink Lois tote, and they compensated it with 2 Black Lois tote. Her jaw dropped. There you go. So she got 2 black totes because they'd run out of the pink. There we go. There we are. Sue says she likes my dress. Thank you, Sue. That's really kind of you. It's just a really nice, easy one to wear. And Eileen says a lot of good tips today. There we go. And she also said, is the foil, instead of using stamens in the middle like centre bud? I think as the demo's gone on, you've been able to see that she used the foil as a base to build the flower again. Lynn said flower making seems to look very calming. Really is. And Patricia Powell says, I am new to flower making. Well, Patricia, please go on to our YouTube page and put in flower making masterclasses. That there are so many previous shows with loads and loads of tuition on how to make flowers. Pam E says cruising is a relaxing way to vacation because you get to visit many places without all the travelling, driving stress. Rosalind says, Michelle, you need some silicone fingertips.
Yes.
I don't think you can though when you're making flowers. I struggle. Can you?
Yes, of course. I don't think I would be able to. No, definitely.
I don't think they were. I know the principle, but it's hard. Janice says that flower is pretty. Lynn Morton says, does anyone know if the glue gun also comes with a precision tip?
It doesn't. It just comes with the tip that is with it. But I actually find that it's quite a good fine tip anyway, because it's not too big and it's not clunky. So I find the tip quite precision-esque anyway.
Precise. Precise
yes,
is the word.
Thank you very much.
There you go, precise. Precision-esque. There's a really, really nice, easy word. It's called precise. We don't have to come up with one that uses every letter in the alphabet.
I'd like to challenge myself and see if I can come up with a new word that contains all 26 letters.
You were checking yourself then, weren't you? How many letters in the alphabet, Michelle?
20. No.
26, yes, Michelle, you got it right. You started and I could see the words in your mouth and you were like, oh, I got that right.
It's okay, because I've been watching the 1% Club with you, so there was something to do with the alphabet on there, and Corrine got it right, and I was like, oh yeah, you're right, Corrine. No idea.
I watched that this week. We did, enjoyed that. The paper pad, Lynn, was the Say It With Flowers paper pad, but you could do something like that with wildflower. We've done so many that have got those. Oh, Barbara, I've finally got your exploding box done from your craft along. She's been doing that.
Fabulous.
Share us some photos, please. Put it on Facebook. Tag Michelle on. Roseanne says, love those colours. And Jane Adams says, beautiful, love the card. And Jessica Stricker says, beautiful card. Right, I'm going to show you this in a minute, but before I do that, we're just going to show you Michelle's 3 cards, because we've got some more deals, so we're not going to get any more cards made, because we've also got demo of the day to do. So, demo of the show. Could you show us what you've done, please, Michelle?
Yes, absolutely. So, number 1 is that cut and emboss folder, the forget-me-nots. Number 2 is those edgeable dies, the thank you. And number 3 is that lovely Say It With Flowers collection.
There you go. 1, 2 or 3, if you could vote, that would be brilliant. There we go. Okay, now, the Crafter's Companion Party Bag is what I'm going to show you next. This is phenomenal value. £140, $187, but you're going to pay just £50 or $70. If you're platinum, you're going to be paying that price there, £40, $56. You're going to get your Mandala Discovery Kit, all of the pens, everything, and I'm just going to turn it around so that you can see. Look at that, so much in there. You're also going to get your luxury cardstock in red. You're going to get your succulent embossing folder and your So Lovely embossing folder, which I think is a brilliant one to have. You're going to get your balloon sentiments in love. You're going to get your Happy Thoughts stamp. You're going to get your Knitwits Elegant Roses. Now that's a stamp and a die. You're going to get your Garden Gnomes accessories. Again, stamps and dies. You can see on there stamps and dies that coordinate together. You're going to get, from one of those floral frames, like Michelle did with the forget-me-nots, you're going to get the peony blooms. You're going to get your Lily collection with love and congratulations, some brilliant sentiments. I've got 2 edibles here. I've got Woodland Fairy and also Delicate Dragonflies as well. Those are both absolutely gorgeous. All of this is £50, $70. You're going to get so much. Then you're going to get 3 of the sentiments that came originally with the tag punch, but they are just going to work with anything that you've got. It says, at least it's not a gift card. You've got best present ever. I should know I bought it. And I hate presents, said no one ever. So you're going to get those. And finally, you are going to get your glossy highlights as well. Now, if you're platinum, that is going to go down to £40 or $56. That is phenomenal value. There is so much, I can hardly get it in there. It's a massive bag as well. So there we go, lots and lots in there. Now, if that one, maybe you've got some bits from there, maybe that's a little bit more expensive than you wanted to pay, then I have got Ben's Christmas mystery bag. I will show you Ben's one last time. Then we're going to have, it's not as good as mine, festive embellishments and also the Baking Spirits Bright are the 2 items in this bag that cover the costs that you are going to be paying for here. This pet price here, this £30 or $40. That's what you'd pay if you were buying those 2 individually today. So that's 29 elements on its own. So that means that you're effectively not having to pay for your Christmas sparkle, your Wobbling Mrs. Claus, your Season's Greetings stamp set, the wreath, sort of wreath making one, the Jolly Quartet, which is the faces for all of those lovely little characters, the Snow Day, that I think is a beautiful stamp set. Look at that. Make sure you've got some masking tape in for this one, because you're going to then be able to get some most amazing creations done. You've got your Ivy flower forming die. You've got Let It Snow, which is our layerable die. Brilliant on that. You've got 'Tis the Season to be Jolly, another layering die. They're still going here, still going, and you're getting all these effectively for free. Seasonal Opulence, which is 2 of the ornament dies. You don't get the outside ones, but you can still put these on your projects. And finally, your 3D Jingle Bells embossing folders plus 2 stencils. Now, those stencils make colouring the image so easy. So you're going to get all of those for free when effectively you pay for those 2 elements. Now, I said that was £30 or $40. Your platinum price is going to go down to £24 or $32. That is an amazing price for all of those items. I've shown you what was in my party bag as well. You pick which one is going to work best for you. So we are going to do a little break, and I told you it was Club Inspire on the last one, but it wasn't, was it? It was Crafters TV. So here is a little VT all about Club Inspire, and then we're going to whiz through a few more brilliant deals before the end of the show.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
Our craft experts come from all over the UK to HQ up in the northeast, and here they are telling you a little bit about where they're from and what it's famous for.
So I'm from a beautiful town called Carnoustie. So many people may recognise the town as a golfing town, famous golfing town. We get lots of big golfing events. I can't say that I'm a golfer myself, but we do get a lot of the celebs, golfers, musicians, actors, all of these turning up at the town. For those that aren't into golfing, what I would tend to say is it's sandwiched in between Arbroath and Dundee, so we are quite far up. I love my town. I love where I am now. However, I will say one of the main things that I miss about my hometown, apart from my family and friends, of course, have to say that, otherwise they're going to watch this and be like, where's our mention? It is, of course, the beach. You know, we're right on the River Tay. We've got the gorgeous beach, the sand and the sea. It's absolutely beautiful. It's the one thing that I always make a beeline for as soon as I arrive back home for a little visit.
I was brought up in Colnbrick, which is a little village near Slough, so it's not very exciting, but we do have the third oldest pub in the whole of the UK there, and it's where the Cox's Pippin apple was first invented or first discovered. But I moved to Chiswick in West London about 25 years ago, and I've lived there ever since, and I love it. It's full of, I wouldn't necessarily say celebrities, but TV stars, so it's quite good for celebrity spotting when you're having a cocktail on the high road.
Well, they're going to have to change that, aren't they? God, Debbie Fisher, she's moved. She doesn't live there. She's up by Michelle now. They need to move her on the little picture.
Yeah, it's not far from me.
Not far from you, no. Right, okay, thank you for doing your votes, or casting your vote, because we have a very clear winner for demo of the show. Oh, Jamie, he called it Demo 3. Oh, I'm not surprised. I thought it could have been Demo 1, but yeah, Demo 3. Okay, Michelle, so I need that one if that's at all possible, because we're going to do Demo of the Day, and yeah, your presenter isn't going to take your vote away from you today. There we go. Right, thank you, Michelle. Thank you very much. There we go. Oh, yeah, he'll be in a minute, won't he? Right, we've got Demo 1, our gorgeous penguins on the little box. We have got Demo 2. I love that one. Isn't that so pretty? That was the floral frames, using it as a stencil. Oh, sorry. Tried to do that. Not trying to do that. Or Demo 3, Say It With Flowers. 1, 2, 3. Now, if you can vote, our lovely Gracie will count those up, and then we will come back to those in about 5-10 minutes time. There we go. Right, now, next ones we want to look at. Lots of you are loving those party bags. Patricia said she loves the Woodland Fairy. Pammy loved the goodie bags, so did Carlene. So yeah, beautiful. Right, the Academy of Colour. This is going to be your last live look at the pick of the day today, because tomorrow morning when Michelle and Lily go live, this won't be here anymore. These will be back up to £48 and some silly amount of pence each. It was a really bizarre figure. So you're going to be paying full price for each of these. Don't forget you're going to get double points, because you always get double points on your pick of the day. You are going to get portraits kit and also the cute characters. Now, just because you're buying in part way through or just buying ad hoc ones, you still get the full tuition. You'll still get all of the tuition from our lovely Leanne that shows you how to use these kits, how to do the colouring, how to progress, and you can watch them time and time again. It's not a one-watch wonder. You can watch them as many times. If I'm being truthful, I watched them through. Even if I was watching it live, I would never try and craft along or colour along with her on that first watch. I will watch it through, I'll try and absorb it, and then I'll go back and I'll watch and pause, rewind, watch, pause, rewind a little bit, and take it that way. Because that, for me, personally is the way I would learn best. I'll be panicking trying to keep up with her if I try to do it in live. You can do it whichever way suits you. In each of these, you're going to get 6 alcohol pens, double-ended pens, 2 different colours, and 3 each of your aqua pens. Again, dual coloured on those. You're going to get all of the stamps that you need to do this. You're going to get your watercolour card, you're going to get your alcohol paper, and you're also going to, no, you don't get the app, I'm thinking of something completely different, and you're also going to get all access with the codes to all of that tuition. So make sure, if you want those now, £55 or $75 is today's special price, and it really is a really good deal at that price. But if you're platinum, you're going to get even better price at £44 or $60. Don't forget those double points. Now, we've not even mentioned this one today, and this is another cracking deal that you might want to pick up. This is the Bohemian Collection, and we're going to make sure you're going to get your vellum with it as well. So let's have a look what you're going to get. You're going to get this one. This is your enchanting floral feather. Sorry, I couldn't read what that said there. There we go. So enchanting. Now, I have seen the most gorgeous card. Our Sarah won a demo of the month with this one, I think, if I remember rightly. It is absolutely beautiful. You're also going to get Wild and Free. How beautiful is she? Now, if you've got the Academy of Colour and you've learned how to do portraits, you'll be colouring that one in as a dream. You have got Follow Your Dreams, which is your beautiful 2D embossing folder. Absolutely gorgeous. Now look at this, it's like a deconstructed dream catcher. Well, that's why we called it Build a Dream Catcher. So you can build your dream catcher to look exactly like you want it to. Now these, you're going to use this in this collection and in all your collections. It's your heavenly boho feathers. You've got the stamps and the dies to be able to create the most amazing feathers. Oh, wow, look at this one. Blossoming Mandala. Isn't that gorgeous? You're getting the stencil to create effects like that. Imagine that with all of those gorgeous sparkling paste. Can I just say, watch next Sunday if you like glitter paste. That's all I'm going to say. Harmony and Happiness are your sentiments. Loads of lovely sentiments on there. You're going to get your Gilding Flakes kit. Oh, there it is. You've got that. So you're going to get your 2 colours of Gilding Flakes. You're going to get your glue. You're going to get your little sponge pad. So if you want to do stamping with your Gilding Flakes, and you're going to get your little tools. If you watched yesterday, these are the sponges that you saw me burnishing my Gilding Flakes with. There's so much in here. You're going to get your seam binding ribbon. Look at the colours on there, absolutely gorgeous, and they are going to go so well with your vellum pack. You're going to get 24 sheets of 150 GSM vellum. Now don't think it's not very thick, it's only 150 GSM. For vellum, that is a beautiful, beautiful weight. And you are going to get, I'm just going to show you one. Look at that. Isn't that the prettiest vellum you've seen? And you can see all of the designs down there. Absolutely gorgeous. 24 sheets of 6 designs. That's 4 of each, so that is brilliant. Then you've got another stencil here, or a mask. Boho Bliss is another one, so you can be able to show that. Wow, and the final bit is Wild Feathers. Absolutely gorgeous. That's like a creator card. Isn't that beautiful? Now, all of these elements, there is so much in here. £59. £59, $73, which is phenomenal. But again, even better is your platinum price, £47.20 or $58.40. Absolutely fantastic deal. Make sure you snap that up before it disappears. And Michelle, have you got a few little samples that you can show us of what you could do with this?
It's a beautiful collection, this, isn't it? The addition of those Gilding Flakes in this kit, look at that. Look at that. How beautiful. So this is our very own Crafty Fairy. This is Julia's.
Oh, that's pretty.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? I love that. I was going to save the best to last, but actually I had to show you this one first because it's just so beautiful. When you catch those Gilding Flakes in the light. And again, so this is Julia's as well. disgustingly talented.
I think she liked this collection,
Yes,
didn't
I
she?
think she did,
That's
didn't
the
she?
embossing folder, isn't it? And the
It
Builder Dreamcatcher.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally gorgeous. The colours in this collection, those purples, the pinks, the oranges, they really are stunning. I absolutely love that. So that's Charms. This is Hayley's. I love how she's done, so if you watched this morning, the card that I created with, it was Hayley, wasn't it? Yeah, with
Hayley,
the strips. Yeah. It's been done with these. This is Hayley's, this is Hayley Ralph, not Hayley from this morning. I was going to say she's snuck back in and done some work for us.
Oh, that was that mask or stencil.
Yeah, look at that stencil. How gorgeous is that? It's absolutely beautiful. The feathers on there, even the sentiment. You've got those lovely Dreamcatcher charms that came with the original kit.
So many different styles. White space, no white space, lots of colour. Beautiful.
Absolutely. So that's Hayley Ralph again. I love the sentiment, Go Your Own Way. It is my absolute favourite sentiment, I think, of all time.
Look at that.
I have got that right way up, haven't I? Yeah.
Yes.
How gorgeous is that? You're going to be using everything, every medium you've got. You're going to be using all your glitter paste, or your inks, your pens, your aqua pens. And then, oh, look at that. Look at that.
Wow.
I love that.
Absolutely beautiful. So stunning. Right, OK, so if you want that, remember, £59 or $73. Your platinum price, £47.20 or $58.40. Now, we're not going to have much time left, so I want to quickly show you our penguins. This has definitely been the star of the show. These launched on Tuesday with our Ben and Jan, and they are absolutely gorgeous. You're going to get 6 of your penguins with so many sentiment stamps. Look at all these. You've got Christmas hugs. I love him there in his little jumper. You've got Have a Nice Day. There you go. Do penguins really need skates, or can they just skate? I don't know. Oh, we need to do some repair jobs on these. We've got Snow What Fun. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, I'm just saying, we're then looking at... I wasn't listening to what Johnny said to me. Christmas blessings. Oh, they can't tie the laces. You're right there, Johnny. So they can't wear ice skates, can they? Because they can't tie the laces unless they've got slip-ons or Velcro. There you go. Making spirits bright or sending holiday cheer. Now, this is a brilliant segue into. Oh, I can't do this. There we go. Johnny's lost it now. There we go. Absolutely. If you want these, £23.94 or £35.70, you're going to get all 6 of these. Absolutely brilliant. But I wanted to save this till last. £19.15, $28.56, because that leads me perfectly into my demo of the day, which is 3, 2 or 1, and guess what?
Number 1.
It's number 1. It's those penguins. It's been the most popular item on the shows all day, and it's been demo of the day as well. So I think that's a perfect way to round everything up. There we go. Right. I'm going home, Michelle, but you're back tomorrow, aren't you?
I am back tomorrow.
With Lily?
I am. Yes. And well, not that much can be more exciting than me being with Lily, but I have got a first look for you tomorrow. Oh my God. It's the Snow Queen. So it's me.
Wow.
So,
you lucky thing.
So excited to show you guys that. You are going to love it. And then you're going to be really frustrated because you can't buy it yet because it's a first look, but we're whetting your appetite. You were absolutely...
Is that the 2 o'clock show?
It is, yeah.
2 o'clock, 9 a.m. East Coast time. So make sure you tune in for that. That is going to be special. Michelle is here all weekend. Basically, Michelle's going to hold the fort all weekend and Monday with Craig, and then I'm coming back on Tuesday. So there we go. So it's going to be so much fun. So thank you for joining us. Now, we're going to disappear. As you said, Michelle will be back tomorrow. But if you are in the USA, please go on to our Fans of HSN page or Facebook page, and you will be able to see a 1-hour special show with our Sarah and Ben. Don't know where Ben is. He should be here soon. Anyway, that's in 1 hour's time, 9 p.m. On the UK. Oh, I can't even work that out. That, I think, might be 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific time. There you go. That was quickly worked out, wasn't it? So please make sure you change that. That's over on Facebook, fans of HHN, and that'll be our Sarah and Ben with a lovely preview and some amazing deals. So it's definitely one not to be missed. So until tomorrow, I'm going to say goodbye till Tuesday. Michelle's going to say goodbye till tomorrow. Thank you for joining us and thank you for your comments. It's been a lovely day. Looks like our Grace is back tomorrow as well. So thank you for joining us. Have a lovely weekend and I'll see you on Tuesday. Goodbye.